Welcome to the new video. I hope you already have watched the previous videos in this series of Vedic mathematics. In this video, we are going to talk about how to multiply numbers like this. Now, before I explain the things, I want to tell you that how this problem is different from the problems that we have taken in the previous videos. So, if you look at this number, this is near to a base which is 1 0 0 0 0 0. This is also near to the base 1 0 0 0 0, and this is near to the base that is 1000, right? So here these three numbers are closer to three different bases. In the previous videos we have seen how to multiply three numbers which are closer to the same base, right? So there will be a slight difference in the process that we will follow here. So please watch those previous videos and then come back to this for better understanding. Otherwise, in case if you have followed the concept earlier and are confident that you will be able to follow this, then you can continue, right? So let us start this. I am starting with a smaller problem first, and I am taking the product of 105 into 107 into 14. So to understand this, let us write these numbers like 105, 107 and 14 and write the surplus here, that is plus 5, plus 7 and plus 4. I hope you understood this, because when I am calculating the surplus here, I am considering the base as 100. When I am calculating the surplus here also I am considering the base as 100, and for this the base I am considering is 10. Okay, fine. So let us proceed further. So before I proceed further, I need to understand that the base that I have in this problem is 110. So the first thing that we need to note that what is the ratio. So the bigger base divided by the smaller base, which is equal to 10 in this case. Okay. Next is when we write the answer will have three parts, that is a left hand side part, middle part and the right hand side part. I will talk about how to calculate left hand side part, how to calculate middle part and how to calculate right hand side part one by one, right? So let us look at this. So first let us calculate the left hand side part. So what we do, we take any of the number, like if I suppose take 105, then I look at the other two surplus numbers. So what I do, I write 105 and then we add this surplus number, that is plus 7 plus. But when we look at this surplus number, which is corresponding to the smaller base 10, so what we need to do, in this case, when we are adding the surplus, we are also multiplying this surplus number by the ratio. So ratio here is 10. So what I will do, I will multiply it by 10, and the product will be 40 here, and the total sum will be 112 plus 40, that is 152. This is not the only way to calculate the left hand side. I could even have taken the number 107 and followed the same process. So in this case I will not consider plus 7, but I will rather consider plus 5 and plus 4. So I am writing plus 5, and when we are taking this surplus, we need to multiply it by the ratio, that is 10. So the answer will be again 142. There is a third way also to calculate that, and what is the third way? That I take the smaller number, right? And when I take the smaller number, in that case we need to multiply the smaller number by the ratio, that is 10 and plus 5 and plus 7. So that is how we get the left hand side 152. This process I have done just to explain you. I think you are smart enough to understand that while doing a problem like this, you are not expected to write all these details. You are just expected to calculate the left hand side, and whatever is most suitable for you, that you follow, right? So next let us consider how to find the middle part. Okay, so to calculate the middle part, what we are going to do, we are going to take two digits which are surplus here, two surplus digits at a time, and going to multiply them. So I take 5 into 7, right, plus, and here there will be a slight difference from the previous process which we discussed while multiplying the numbers near the same base. I won't just multiply 7 and 4, but I will also multiply 7, 4 and into 10 here, because whenever I am taking the number surplus number which is corresponding to a smaller base, we are going to multiply it by the ratio. And plus, the next is 5 and 4, so I take 5 here and I multiply it by 4, and again I multiply it by 10. So what is the middle part now? Middle part now is 35 plus 280. Let me write it for your convenience. 35 plus 280 and plus 200. So total is 515. So that is my middle part. And what is my right hand side part? So while finding the right hand side, we just multiply the surplus number, and we write it 5 into 7 into 4, and the product will be equal to 140 in this case. So I hope you noted this point, that while calculating the right hand side, we are not multiplying it by ratio, we are just multiplying the surplus numbers, right? Now how the answer should be written? So the left hand side is 152, the middle part is 515, and the right hand side part is 140. Okay. Now there is an important point which you should be clear about, and which is different from the process that we have followed in the previous examples. So what is the process? The process is that when we are multiplying the numbers which are near to the different bases, then this point should be kept in mind. What is the point? Let me write it. So the right hand side in this case should have same number of zeros as the same number of digits, rather same number of digits, because zeros will come in the latter part. So the right hand side should have same number of digits as the number of zeros in the a smaller base, and middle part should have same number of digits as there are zeros in the bigger base. So now, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you already have seen that in this particular problem, the bigger base was 100 and the smaller base is 10. So in the smaller base, we have just one digit. I write it here. The smaller base is 10 and the bigger base is 100. So in the smaller base, we have just one zero, and in the bigger base we have two zeros. So in this case, what will be the answer? How it will look like? So I have to first take that extra 5 term here in the left hand side, because it should have how many digits? This should have 2 digits. So this 5 will go into the left hand side. So this 152 will become 157, and here I will be left with 15, and then 140. As you have just seen in the process, that this extra 14, because we want just one digit in the right hand side, so this extra 14 that we have, I have to take into the middle part. So finally, what will be the answer? The answer will be 157, and 14 and plus 15 will become 29, and in the right hand side I will be left with 0. So the correct answer is 157 290. I hope this process is not very complex for you to understand. If it is complex, I would suggest you please pause the video, watch it again for better understanding. I am taking one more problem so that you are thorough with the concept, and the new problem that I am taking will be a bigger one. So the next one I am taking is, suppose I take 9997 into 99992 into 988, and this time we are going to write the answer quickly. So first of all, this is closer to the base, that is 1 followed by 50, that is 1 lakh. This is also closer to the base, 1 followed by 50, and this is closer to the base, 1 followed by 0 means 1000. So what is the ratio in this case? The ratio in this case is 1 lakh, right? 1 lakh divided by 1000, so which is equal to 0 0 0 cancel, and what we get is 100. This I am writing to explain you. I think you are smart enough to see that like the ratio will be 100 without any computation. Now this number is minus 3 less than the base, like 1 lakh. This is minus 8 less than the base, and this is minus 12 less than the base, that is 1000 in this case. So how do you calculate the left hand side? And this time I will just follow one process. So I personally prefer to multiply the smaller base by the ratio. So I will multiply 988 and the ratio is 100. So 988 followed by 20. And then I subtract the deficit from the other two numbers. So I write minus 3 and minus 8. So what it will be? It will be 98,789. Because from 800, if I subtract 11, I will get 789. What will be the middle part in this case? So to calculate the middle part, I take the two numbers and multiply them at a time. So minus 3 into minus 8, and both of them corresponds to the bigger base, so there is no need to multiply by the ratio. Then plus, not into, this is like plus, and here we take the other number, that is minus 8 into minus 12, but this time this minus 12 corresponds to the smaller base, so I need to multiply it by the ratio as well, and plus. Next I take this number and this number, so I write minus 3, I multiply it by minus 12, and again this corresponds to the a smaller base, so I multiply it by 100. So in this case I get 24 plus 9600 and plus 12 into 3 36, so 3600. So if I add this number, total will be like 4 2 and 6 and 6 is 2, 12, that is 1 carry, and that is 9 and 3 12 plus 1, that is 13. So 13,224. And finally, how I will get the right hand side? So right hand side will be like minus 3 into minus 8 into minus 12. And in this case, we don't have to multiply by the ratio. So we get like 24 into 12. So 240 and plus 48. So that is 248, right? 240 plus 48, that is 288, not 248. That is 288. But I get a negative sign, so I put a minus here. As you know that as a matter of convention, we put a bar on the negative term. So what is the answer finally? So the answer finally is that left hand side, that is 98789, middle part, that is 13224, and the right hand side, that is 288 with a bar. Okay. Now first thing we need to notice that how many digits are there in the bigger base. So there are 5 zeros in the bigger base. I am talking about 0. How many digits are here? 5 digits. So no problem. I will write 98789. But here you see that we require 3-digit number, and we already have a 3-digit number, 288. A smaller base is like 1000, which has 3 zeros, and this also has 3 digits. So only thing I need to do, I need to make it positive. And what is the process? We reduce this number by 1. So I write 13223, and then we take the complement of this number. So if I take the complement of this number, 9 minus 2 is 7, 9 minus 8 is 1, and 10 minus 8 is equal to 2. Now if you might be thinking that what I have done here and have not followed, then you need to watch the previous videos or to understand the concept of what is the term and how to get rid of the negative quantity occurring in the problem, right? So that's all. Here we have completed the problems related to multiplying the numbers which are closer to the bases. We have seen different kind of situation, and for that we already have created the videos. So you must subscribe the channel to watch those videos and to watch those videos also which will follow. So that is all from my side. Like and subscribe. Thank you and have a great day.